This is Duelist bringing you Cast March action. For the defenders, we have Serpentis in a Solitaire B, Burner in a Cougar F, Marius in an Oro Prime, and Bob in a Duchy Echo on Taiga, the third map. Teams are... There was a tie on Frostbite, and the first map on Alte, the Inner Sphere. Defenders took that. And for the attackers, we have Proxima in an MK2D, Prolg in a Rifleman Echo, Viper in a Scat C, and Kentax in a Harasser A. So, the defenders are utilizing a short-range power list, and the attackers are utilizing a long-range snipey list. It'll be interesting to see where the two teams meet up on Taiga, which is a large map. We can see that the attackers have gotten a little creative in their approach, with the Shadowcat riding the MK2. The MK2 utilizes ATM weapons. The Shadowcat has 900 meter range with a Gauss and an ERPPC. They are currently heading for the edge, and if this marker is correct, we may be able to have a visual... Nope, that was just a spare marker. We have them operating on the edge of the map. Let's go out and take a look at what the other members are doing. Serpentis and Bob are leading the way for the defenders, going into one of the bases. There are 3 bases in the center of the map. Vic Viper looking to snipe. Warlord Kentax has 2 LRM-10s in here, no backup weapons, and they do not cause any damage under 150 meters, so they are having him find a really good hidey place. He's trying to find a spot along these hills. Bob Burner's having his brawling assets set up inside one of the neutral bases for cover from long-range things, and Prolg is heading up to try and find a nice sniping area for his forest camouflaged rifleman. Marius, the drop commander for the defenders, is cautiously taking a look around, looking for any possible enemy ambush. Meanwhile, Burner up in the hills, utilizing the improved jump jets to provide enough maneuverability should he run into any trouble. We can see they are at that base, which is... Center base? It could be, let's see here. There's one off that way, so if it's center, there should be a base over here. Okay, and there is. Like in chess, they are planning on setting up a strong center. Burner acting as the scout, the faction leader of the defending team, Wolverine's Rebirth, which his entire team is a member of. The attackers are 2 Smoke Jaguar members in Proxima and Vic Viper, followed by Warlord Kentax as a representative of 12th VR, and joined by mercenary Prolg. They have 30 minutes to battle. We will keep an eye on that via the video log. Let's see Burner continuing to scout, playing it cautiously. So while they're camped there, looks like that the attackers have the same idea. However, they are trying to get visual confirmation on the position of the enemy before they move in to utilize their weaponry. You can see Vic Viper by one of the bases. I don't believe this to be the center base, however. Vic setting up a firing line to cover against any possible enemy coming in. So we currently have a bit of a while before we have contact. You can see the sheer size of TC Taiga, a stock map from the Living Legends crew. It is very unique in that the main base, which is this is one of them, can be captured, which can leave one side with only the ability to spawn air assets. You can see Marius and Bob and Serpentis. They are now, having secured the area, deciding to move out to a new spot. Duchy probably has some pretty decent range to complement the others. Now the attackers are deciding to climb the hill themselves, coming up from one of the side bases. It looks like that the Wolverines are moving up to the hill and going to see if they can set up an ambush or a trap for the attackers to move into the center base. You can see that's the other main base. There's a river that runs through a good portion of the map. And we have fire. Proxima is on burner and setting up. Vic Viper is getting his shots in. As I thought, the Duchy does have some pretty significant range. The King of the Hill model would suggest that the attackers currently have the better positioning. However, it won't take long for Burner and the rest of them to move in to the center base if they choose to do so. For now, Marius is telling them, hold here. The ATMs from the MK2 probably got a mighty blast against that Vulture. Vic jumping up. Will he get back in time against the missiles? Yes. Proxima cautiously waiting up here. Where has Warlord Kentax gone? And the Rifleman, controlled by Polgy. Let's look into this. Polgy is setting up along the lake. And as is Warlord Kentax. Why don't we follow the defenders for a while here? Proxima getting some ATMs off. Dual AMs for Bob, which I suppose this is possibly the Duchy Echo. Yes, we've seen this a couple of times today. Dual AMs, LRM 5 and 2 LRM 10s, I believe, something like this. Burner is a close range, hard hitting list, so he is telling his Marius is telling them, let's move on and try and see if we can get them off position. Bob will attempt to fire from long range. The Wolverines are now in formation, trying to close the distance where the mighty ATM-12s of the MK2 might not be as potent. You can see that their travel speed is rather slow, considering they have to adjust for the tank and the Duchy. Vic Viper sees his prey, launches his shot off. Marius likely telling them to hold up while they get back into position. Proxima able to get a couple of shots off with his ancillary weapons. Bob now close enough that his lambs will once again be a factor for shooting down the ATMs. Serpentis getting the cover, and Bob, wow. Bob is attempting to completely close the distance. It's pretty steep here. I don't know if you're going to make it, my friend. If he does, that's a dire wolf. That's a Duchy. That's trouble. You can see the rest of his friends are attempting to come. Proxima holding still, patiently waiting for something to come up. Bob trying to get up there. Vic says, "Hi, Bob." Gets a shot or two off. Now they're going to focus on the MK2, which has largely had its firepower removed. Game over for Proxima, likely. Especially with the Solly B coming up. More and more, the Solitaire B becomes a dangerous asset in organized play. Burner, now having closed the distance, will have to decide how much he wants to commit. You can see how far of a drop it is down this hill. Excellent case of verticality, playing role in distance. Gravity, the best friend right now for the attackers. They are now able to move around, and while they do, why don't we take this opportunity for our commercial break. Glad to have you back with us. We're going to go on autopilot for a second here. Follow the mighty MK2 as it travels. We have elapsed just a little over 12 minutes of battle. Let's round that up to 13 minutes. It's a 30-minute battle, so we're approaching the halfway marker. I tell you, those jump jets can really come in handy on an asset like that. Maybe slow, but you start putting jump jets on a 90-tonner, it adds in its abilities. Serpentis trying to locate the other team. You can see the smoke indicating that his back is heavily damaged and perhaps one shot away from being done. The LRM's coming from the lake where the hovercraft is able to travel on a flat plane, and at this point Serpentis is probably 1 or 2 shots away from being dead. He's attempting to escape. He's now in the trees, which is a smart move to give him cover. Still taking hits. Warlord Kentax smells blood, and he gets the kill. A 25-tonner versus 25-tonner, and in that case, the Harasser A able to utilize its range advantage to get the kill. Now with a 4-3 asset. Oh, and he went critical too. Wow. There's a random chance after a mech dies that it will go cold fusion implosion. And that's exactly what happens. If you stare into it, you don't see well for a while. If you're near it, well, let's just say you take some damage. A little bit of a sniping match going on now. Let's follow the attackers for a bit. Warlord Kentax still firing off LRMs in the lake that you see Bob returning the favor. And Proxima and Vic now leading the charge while Polgy moves up. Utilizing those enhanced jump jets. Vic lines up a shot, doesn't like what he sees. Proxima does the same. Proxima gets a shot or two off. And right now, crossfire, oh boy, those ATMs are going to hurt. LRM's right back. We've got a bunch of crossfire going here, ladies and gentlemen. Burner has been able to close the distance, and now that they're up close, Burner's turn. The defender should be able to effect some serious damage here. That Oro, 60 tons, but it's still a tank. If they can get Proxima down, they're right back in business in this match. Oh, Burner's down, and Proxima's got enough distance to get those ATMs if he's quick about it. You need 150 meters, and he has the distance now. Vic's there to support. So, a cunning strategy to come back from behind, but now down 2 asset. Not impossible that they can turn this around, but here comes Bob. Polgy working on the back. Polgi's down. You're not going to last long against Duchy. So this battle has just become anybody's game. The advantage for the attackers is that they have crossfire set up. So 3-on-2 advantage. Firing on Marius. Bob moving up, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Proxima's weapons won't be as effective up close. And he just took some LRMs. This could be anybody's battle at this point. Warlord Kentax continues to fire LRMs off. Proxima losing an arm. Still some good ancillary weapons there, but that's it for the MK2. Nope, excuse me. That's it for now. The MK2 has to take down the Duchy. Otherwise, okay, now they have a chance. Proxima will simply get out of the way, missing both arms, but still having his lasers. He'll attempt to get some distance, while Marius is going to try to get to cover. Kentax is continuing to push hard. We were 13 minutes in with the 66 timer, so we're nearing 20 minutes in, 10 minutes to finish this out. Marius, largely undamaged. Has some range, LPL, LBX-20. Warlord Kentax is going to have to get in to assist Proxima. If the MK2 goes down, this most likely is going to be the defender's victory, because Warlord Kentax has been firing a lot of missiles. It does carry a reload of ammo, but all about distance now. Marius taking some severe damage. The MK2 is the difference in the game right now. Now that Kentax is trying to reposition. Proxima heavily damaged. Marius in a tank can sustain more damage perhaps than the mech and still live, but it's also a 30-ton disadvantage for Marius right now. Marius has 450 meters of range. He is trying desperately to get under 150 meters. He's waiting for Proxima to get his ATMs off, and that does it, ladies and gentlemen. Ultimately, the ATMs are the difference in the game and the positioning. Warlord Kentax does an amazing job of setting up crossfire and harassing the hell out of the other team. And together with teamwork, both teams put up a good fight, but in the end, it's the attackers now going up 2-1 in the cast march. This is Duelist signing off. We'll see you next time.